Hey guys, I'm Fernando,
I'm Chad.
and we're here at CrossFit Long Beach, and we're talking about levels testing at CrossFit Long Beach. We got a lot of questions about levels testing. What is it? How does it work? Why do we do it? So we want to answer a couple of the biggest questions today. Why do we do levels testing? So Chad, why do we do levels testing?
A couple reasons. Number one, we want people to use levels testing as a kind of a diagnostic tool that's going to give you a snapshot of where you are at right now. So you can't really figure out where you're going to go if you don't know where you're at the moment. That's why we log everything, right? So this gives you an opportunity to see where you're at right now. The other thing is it helps you be more well-rounded, more well-rounded CrossFit athlete, because that's our whole purpose, right? Our goal, I guess, maybe not purpose, but our goal is to be very well-rounded, all right? Master of nothing. So this levels testing is set up so that you can't just focus on your strengths. The other thing, speaking of strengths, is weaknesses. This will also point out weaknesses. You'll see glaring holes in your fitness, and it'll allow you to make changes so that you can fix those.
And it's supposed to motivate you to fix those weaknesses, right?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely supposed to be motivating. Yeah, it's supposed to motivate you to fix those, absolutely. Our goal is not to make you feel bad about yourself at all. The goal is to obviously, push you to make yourself better.
Awesome. All right, Chad, so another question we also get is, why is there such a huge gap between the intermediate level and the advanced level?
There's a big gap between a beginner or novice person and an advanced person, and that big gap is intermediate. So there's a large range of skill there in intermediate, and that's just the way things are. And that really, I think that really applies to anything that takes skill that you're learning.
I guess that makes sense if you were to think about it in terms of elementary school. 6th grade would be advanced, 1st grade would be beginner.
Yeah, and everything in between would be
Everything
intermediate.
exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would be easy way of looking at it.
Cool. All right, Chad. So another question that we get is, how can I get my levels band if I only have a 1-time-a-week membership, or a 2-time-a-week membership, or 3 times a week? Because we schedule levels testing for 14 days. So how is this going to happen?
Well, Fernando, the reality is that nobody will be able to hit all 14 days. Even your platinum person who's coming 6 days a week will still miss a day each week. So everybody's missing some of these workouts. It's not designed so that you hit every single one of them. You're probably not going to do very well anyway if you were to. You would do horribly if you tried to show up all 14 days in a row. You're not going to hit many PRs. So the person that only comes 2 times a week, it's just going to take them longer to get their band than a person that comes 5 times a week. That's just the way it is. You can think of it like school, right? You're trying to get a college degree. If you're only taking 1 class per semester, it's going to take you a lot longer to get that degree than it will a person who's taking a full class load.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? It's that simple. So you're still participating. It's just going to take more time, and that's just the way it is. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just a limited amount of time.
All right, Chad. So the next question that we get a lot after why is intermediate and advanced why is the gap so large is, why is elite so high? How the hell am I going to get all those numbers?
It's impossible.
Right.
Yeah, well, for a lot of us it will be impossible. I'll probably never hit elite band. It's just the way it is. I just don't have the time, the DNA, or the energy to make that happen for me. Elite is elite. It's the best of the best. None of these scores are above anything that any regionals or games athlete could get. So it's probably more in line with a regionals athlete. And then people like Froning are going to be even better than all of this stuff. So it's not crazy, it's not out of line, it's just very hard, and that's just the way it is.
For an example, can we talk about Fight Gone Bad? Because for elite, it says that men should have a 400-point score for Fight Gone Bad.
Yeah.
And you looked up.
Seems impossible, but Froning has a 508-point Fight Gone Bad. And pretty much everybody in the games, actually going back to 2009, everybody in the games had at least a 450 to 475 Fight Gone Bad number. And that was 2009. Things have changed a lot since then. So yeah, those scores they seem very high, and they are. And they will be out of reach for some people, but they're elite. That's the way it is.
So essentially what we're doing is we're comparing our skill levels to a nearly professional athlete.
Yeah, okay, absolutely.
So last question, what if I miss levels testing, then what?
You mean like if you miss it for the whole 2 weeks, so you just can't come at all? That's a great question, and this is a common misconception. People think that we only do levels testing during quarterly review during those 2 weeks, and that's the only time you can do it. That's not true. Levels testing for us is all the time. You're always working on this. So you can do these things anytime, really. The only thing you got to do is just find a coach to verify it for you. So let's say 2 months from now, we're not anywhere near levels testing. You decide you want to do your 400-meter run for time and try to beat your record. Maybe after class or before class, you pull a coach aside and say, hey, would you mind timing me? It's only going to take 2 minutes, right? Coach would probably say, absolutely. Time it, do it, get it signed off, boom, you're good to go. So this is an ongoing thing that you're going to continue to work on for a long time.
Yeah.
Hell, I've been working on it since we started. And really, if you want to consider it, I've been working on this for like 10 years trying to get to my orange band. And I finally got it like 6 months ago. So yeah, it's an ongoing thing, and it's going to take a long time to break some of these things. But you just got to keep working on them, and that's the whole point.
Thank you, Chad. If you have any questions, any further questions about levels testing and anything that wasn't discussed here, please feel free to reach out to any of the coaches, post in the comments. We'll be more than happy, and we'll film another Q&A session about levels testing soon.
Sure.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.